I'm Kendra from Catholic All Year, and today we're going to talk about parents and cell phones. If you're worried about spending too much time on your phone and not enough time with your kids, you're not alone. Countless studies are shared across social media decrying the negative effects of technology on parenting, and you've probably come across your fair share of terrible memes on the subject. People seem to believe that cell phone use is this new, unprecedented behavior about which there are no established social customs that could help us govern our conduct. George Washington and I beg to differ. The technology might be different, but human desires remain pretty constant, and the rules that guided decent behavior among people in the past are still relevant today. And some old-time common sense has got to be more reasonable than what we usually see like sharing its way around social media. That advice runs the gamut from Twitter mob mom shaming of someone caught checking emails and possessing a baby at the same time, to the impassioned 2,000 characters of mommy Instagram influencers who are never going to put their phones above the every whim of their children ever again as soon as they finish this social media post about it. Both are silly, emotional approaches to a real issue that needs a real solution. How should we balance cell phone use with the real people around us, both adults and children? Enter George Washington. As a teenager, he copied out by hand 110 rules of civility and decent behavior in company and conversation. The rules actually predate the Revolutionary era quite a bit, having been composed by French Jesuits in 1595. Presumably, they were written out as part of an exercise in penmanship by young Washington, assigned to him by a schoolmaster. We like to use the rule book as a method of reinforcing good manners when our kids slip into incivility or indecent behavior. Neither of these is legible. Let's try again. Let's take a look at Rule the 18th. Read no letters, books, or papers in company, but when there is a necessity for the doing of it, you must ask leave. Come not near the books or writings of another, unless desired, or give your opinion of them unasked. Also, look not nigh when another is writing a letter. That's it. Everything is covered right in there. It's saying that when in company, I shouldn't be on my phone reading letters, books, or cat memes. So if I'm having dinner with the husband or I'm at the park with the homeschool group, my phone should stay in my pocket and I should be available for conversation. If a necessity for the doing of it arises, I should apologize quickly to the IRLs and perhaps excuse myself for a moment. But the goal is to be available to the people I'm with and not transfer my attention to my phone, even if there's a lull in the conversation and I feel that flash of boredom or curiosity. But what if I'm in the company of my children, like, all the time? That's where the second half of the rule comes in handy. Of course my children are more important than my phone. They're also more important than eating or bathing or sleeping. But it doesn't follow that in the normal course of a day, a mom shouldn't attend to those things. But then one can't help but remember all the mom shaming as one is attempting to answer emails and a preschooler rushes in, desperate to tell me about a dog he saw last week.
Mama, I saw she liked the dog.
So what I do is imagine I'm a fancy Revolutionary era lady sitting at a writing desk, engaged in correspondence when said preschooler enters. What would she do? I imagine that she would remind the little gentleman that it's impolite to interrupt. So that's what I do. I tell my kids that if they see me typing, it means I am talking to someone. If it's a dog seeing emergency of some sort, by all means let me know. But otherwise, it can wait until I'm done. That come not near the books or writings of another so as to read them part manifests as craning little necks, wanting to put their faces between me and my phone, but as their opinions on my Facebook feed are not desired, I remind them to look not nigh. And that's reasonable parenting in my book, as long as when I'm done with a reasonable amount of emailing, commenting, scrolling, posting, I put down my quill and go for a turn about the garden with the IRL people and give them my attention. Because I think that's where the actual problem lies. It's not that I'm on my phone, it's when I'm on my phone and trying to do other important things at the same time. Quill Pen Lady and George Washington and 16th century Jesuits would all have understood that civility and decent behavior in company and conversation dictates that one must focus one's attention on the task or the person at hand. Good manners means that my kids should be respectful of my occupation at the moment I'm on my phone, but good manners also means I should stay off my phone while we're having lunch or doing schoolwork or having a conversation about dogs we once saw. Easier said than done, believe me, I know. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this, but I do try. And it really gives me comfort to know that as much as we'd like to think we're the only generation that's ever dealt with distraction, it's just not true. Every era has its own forms of the same old issues, and all we've ever been able to do is do our best with what we've got. Thanks everyone for watching. If you'd like to pick up a copy of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation, there will be a link in the description. We're in the middle of a major YouTube channel reboot, so you're going to want to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any of my new videos. Thanks. Bye.